Well, Miss Turner, what did you think of the play?
I thought it was certainly well executed. The set and the costumes were stunning. I did have trouble keeping up with the dialogue, however, especially all the bits having to do with the plot.
Don't worry, I'm a bit of a fanatic myself. I can help.
See, that's good. I'm so lucky to have you. I just remember sitting there and thinking, all right, the wife is evil, the husband is evil. Is everyone evil? Why is there so much death?
Miss Turner, are you all right?
Oh, yes. I'm just thinking about my father. But anyhow, yes, I was very confused, but enjoyed the show nonetheless.
That's the thing about Shakespeare. It's an acquired taste. Did you have a favorite line at least?
Yes, I love out, damn spot. I feel exactly the same way when I'm doing the laundry.
I'm sure if you read more of his works, you'd be able to comprehend it more. In fact, Carter is studying a few of them right now through his university. Currently, they're reading Romeo and Juliet. Well, speaking of Carter, I have to go. The poor boy must be so lonely without me.
Mrs. Anderson, or Eleanor, I would just like to thank you for all that you've done for me in my time of grieving. You and Carter both, I mean, you're not only newlyweds, but you've just moved in, and you still somehow find time to prevent the girl next door.
Oh, sweetheart, it's been our pleasure.
I so desperately hope to have a relationship like yours one day. The trick is getting a man to take notice of me first. That's what my father always said before he, well, you know.
The right man will come along, I promise. And when he does, don't let him go.
I'm sorry about the detour, Miss Gray, but you know you didn't have to walk me all this way.
I don't mind, I swear. You and your wife have a lovely home, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Oh, no. I'm too late. She's already home.
That's all right. I'm sure Eleanor will appreciate the thought anyway. It's very sweet of you to think of her, even when studying at the library with a classmate. If a man were to buy me a rose, I'd simply have to write an article about it. The paper loves to highlight shocking and unusual events.
No, you don't understand. This is bad. I need to get inside right away. I'll see you tomorrow morning for class.
Oh, why is it bad? Anderson, you're shaking. You can talk to me, you know. I'm not just a classmate. If you need me to be more, I will be.
I don't have time to explain. I'm really sorry, Miss Gray, but Eleanor will have my head. Wait, no, will you promise you won't tell anyone I said that, especially not her, please?
Yes, I promise.
You're a saint, thank you. See you tomorrow morning for class.
Bright and early. Wait a minute, Anderson, let's forget your wife and go get drinks together. You're the most fascinating person I've ever met, and I'd like to learn everything about you. Now there's a headline. Carter Anderson's mysterious past finally revealed. I mean, anything to get an article of mine in the paper, I suppose.
Carter, darling, I returned from the theater. Josie Ruth and I had the most wonderful time. It's a shame you had to study this evening.
Eleanor! Well, it looks like I just missed you. I wanted to surprise you outside, the house. Here.
What have you done?
What have I done? I've just tried to give you a rose. That's all I've done.
I'm not a moron, Carter. I was just outside and you weren't there. You told me you'd be home while I was out. You lied to me. Care to explain?
I didn't lie, Elle. I told you I'd be studying. I went to the library with Margaret Craig, the girl in my literature class. It was right down the street, and I thought I'd do a nice thing. Please forgive me.
You spend a lot of time with that girl. What is she now?
Please stop acting like this. You're mad, completely mad.
What does she know?
Nothing. I promise. I wouldn't ever tell anyone, all right? I love you. I love us. Please, just trust me for once.
You're right. I'm out of my mind. Why would I have any reason not to trust you?
That's the spirit. We're in this together. Always have been.
Well, not always. I can't imagine where you'd be if I didn't come into your life when I did.
Is this your way of subtly reminding me that I owe you everything? Because I already know that. I'm so thankful for you, and I love you.
I know you do. Josie Ruth is doing well. Finally.
That's a relief. I thought she'd never be the same after that investigation. Imagine losing your old man like that. Must be really tough. She's still drinking.
As far as I know. That's why I took her to the most tragic, depressing plays written this evening. There's no way she'll be sober tonight.
The Scottish play. Good thinking. And we're still, asking her for a favor.
Right. You know the plan from here. We leave at midnight and be back by sunrise. So I hope you don't have anywhere to be tomorrow. Remember, I'm doing this because I love you. And once Mr. Turner's body is gone, we can go back to the way things used to be.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Hi there, Mr. and Mrs. Anderson. No. Good afternoon, Andersons. Sorry about my behavior last night, by the way. Although I must admit, I don't recall much at all. No. Happy day before New Year's. Here is your official invitation to my yearly... No. Here is your... You're invited to... blah, blah. I sincerely hope the year 1900 treats you well.
Josie Ruth Turner? Surely my eyes are mistaken.
Oh, no, Margaret, we don't have to do this. You never saw me.
Wait for just a moment. What are you doing here?
I might ask you the same question.
Fine. Carter Anderson is a classmate and good friend of mine. He didn't come to class this morning and I got worried, so I came to see if everything was okay. Now your turn.
The Andersons are good friends of mine as well. I've come to deliver something.
I see.
So it seems we've stumbled into each other's lives once again.
It seems that way, doesn't it? Except I don't recall us ever stumbling together in the first place. I recall an immediate bond of friendship followed by years of the strategic planning of our futures. We were going to go to university together, Josie. Travel the world as strong, independent women. I still will never understand how you could give that up.
You can't blame me for changing my mind, Gray.
Well, I do. A little. You never wanted a husband as a young girl. You never wanted to be married. You just wanted to learn. Oh, you reek of alcohol.
Well, you reek of ignorance. My father's dead. What's your excuse?
Miss Gray, you shouldn't be here. Come inside. Eleanor was in the side yard gardening. Yeah, if she sees you here, now things will get rather sticky, so to speak. I hope you understand.
You said you'd be at class today. You lied?
I did. I'm so sorry. I had the most insane night. You would never believe me if I told you. How could you ever forgive me?
Mr. Anderson, it's really all right.
It is?
It is, I swear on my pad and quill.
Miss Gray, you have no idea what a relief that is to hear. I'm not very used to being forgiven so easily. What brings you here anyway? Just came to check up on me?
That's exactly it. And by the looks of things, it's a good thing I did. Things are not well between you and your wife, are they, Mr. Anderson?
What?
A good reporter must always read in between the lines. I want you to know that it's okay if things aren't ordinary. You two are still so young, anything can happen. I do hope that in a new century, marital divorces become more widely accepted by society.
I'm sorry, Miss Gray. What are you saying? You want me to divorce my wife?
Guilty.
Can I confide in you for a moment? I couldn't agree with you more.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
What? Hello, darling.
What's going on here?
Oh, sorry, was that the line? Let's try it again in a moment. Hi, the beautiful Mrs. Anderson, I presume? Hey, Carter's scene partner in literary studies?
Please leave.
I'm sorry, you walked in on the worst part.
You let that strange girl into our home, Carter. Allow me to explain. Your friend, who, need I remind you, is an aspiring reporter, who was just 2 feet away from where we are storing a dead body. And I'm assuming you haven't cleaned underneath the floorboards yet?
I was going to, today. Besides, you don't have to worry about that. The snow outside has been keeping the body frozen, so...
You are one mistake away from being turned into the authorities. I'm a witness of what you've done. Your life will be over if I decide it is.
You can't keep holding this over my head, Eleanor. I get it. I've made mistakes. I've hurt people in the past for remarkably unintelligent reasons. But I want to start over. I want to be better. Please try and understand.
I tried. I really did. That's why I killed Mr. Turner for you. Living directly next to a corrupt law enforcement officer wasn't safe for us. For you. In case you made a sloppy mistake. I even had to rope poor Josie Ruth into all of this, so she can be our scapegoat just in case anyone ever found us out.
You took advantage of an innocent girl with drinking issues. You didn't just rope her in. Don't you understand that? And you framed her. You framed her for killing her own father.
You sound ridiculous. I haven't framed her yet. It's just that I have all the means of doing so. Besides, don't act so innocent. You helped.
Against my will. Eleanor, don't you see I never wanted any of this? All I wanted was to come here and start over and leave my past behind me. Every day you act like you're trying to save me, but all you do is pull me in to the same life I had before.
Everything I do because I love you.
See, I have a hard time believing that. I don't think you love me. I don't think you've ever loved anyone. I think you have some sort of sick superiority complex, and I'm done playing along. Wait, no, Eleanor, I'm sorry. That isn't what I meant to say.
Oh, there you are, sweetheart. I thought I'd find you and say thank you for inviting Carter and I to this lovely event.
My pleasure. I'm glad you found the invitation. I was going to give it to you in person, but I got nervous. The only time I'm ever not nervous these days is when I've had a couple glasses of these.
You have to be careful with that. When you're under the influence, you may do a thing or two that you regret.
Have you ever done anything you regret?
Oh, darling, the list is endless. You know, you and I are quite alike. We're both creatures of passion. We do anything for the people we care about, no matter the consequences. I'll be inside if you need me, all right?
Dad, Happy New Year's, I suppose. I know something happened to you. I feel it in my gut. My strong intuition, I got that from you. Well, anyways, aren't you proud of me? I threw this party all by myself like a proper lady. Margaret's back. Yeah. Was I too mean to her? Oh, God, Dad. I think I was. Speak of the devil, and she shall appear.
Josie.
Wait, don't say anything. I'm really, really sorry for yesterday and every single day before that.
That's very sweet, Josie. I'm sorry too, but...
No, I'm still talking. You want to know something? I never wanted our friendship to end the way it did. I never wanted to give up our dream, but I didn't have any other choice.
What do you mean?
It was my father. He was so cruel, Margaret. So cruel. He was the one who wanted me to become a proper lady and find a husband and have a family, and he beat it into my mind until I finally believed him. But you know what? He's dead now. He's been dead for weeks, and I've still allowed him to control me. It's not fair that he still gets what he wants, even from the grave. But I'm afraid it's too late now. Look at me. I'm such a mess, Margaret. I don't even know what I want anymore, and I'm drunk too often to figure it out.
Josie, I have to tell you something. Something awful. It's about the Andersons. Here, take this.
I don't want it. You've always been such a gossip, you know that. Besides, if you want to tell me something important, you have to do it while I'm sober. The other night, I blacked out. I lost time. And you know the scariest part? When I woke up that morning, there was dirt and blood on my hands. Mostly blood. Just like that play I watched.
Josie, I know.
Miss Gray, I didn't realize you knew Miss Turner as well.
Carter Anderson, you are a truly wicked being.
What? Margaret, I don't know how much you managed to piece together, but just know it's not what you think.
Really? So why don't we have a look at the information I've compiled so far? Eleanor and Carter Anderson, murderers of town police officer and their very own next-door neighbor, Scott Turner. The couple killed the man and hid the body in their house while they figured out the plan to get away with the murder. Their plan? Blame the officer's daughter. I'm smarter than I look, Anderson. You should know this by now.
I know.
This can't be.
Miss Turner, I am so sorry. Please let me explain myself. I never wanted any of this to happen. You know your father better than any of us. You know he had a way of, well, getting his way. He didn't like me right from the start. Eleanor knew that he'd go out of his way to get me in trouble for what I've done.
What you've done? So there's more. What exactly have you done, Anderson?
Please don't make me talk about it. All you need to know is that I've hurt people before and I've helped terrible people do terrible things. But it was never my decision. All I've ever wanted was to start over. Get a second chance.
Me too.
And I thought that what I was getting by marrying Eleanor, by moving out here, but quite the contrary. She's held the past over me as some kind of weapon I can't escape.
How pathetic do you have to be just to go along with horrible things time and again and never once stand up for yourself? You disgust me.
Not everyone can have a moral compass as pristine as yours, Gray. Some of us get trapped, we get confused, we get so lost that we can't even see the light anymore.
Is everything all right out here? What's going on?
She knows, Elle. She knows everything. You wrote it all down.
And what exactly are you planning on doing with that, Gray?
I'm going to publish it, of course. This isn't about being a reporter anymore. This is about what's right and what's wrong.
Margaret, this could ruin our lives. Please, please promise.
I am done keeping secrets for you. The world has to know that there are two murderers living right underneath their noses.
No.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh God. I'm so tired of all this death.
She still has a pulse. We can still save her.
She was going to hurt you.
I know.
And you still want to save her?
Maybe it's just out of spite, but yes, I do. Look, Carter, you want a second chance, and I think you deserve one. And I think she does too. You just need to find the light again.
So, what? You think all of us deserve second chances?
It's the turn of the century. I suppose anything's possible.